And then finally, for today, I want to talk a little bit about subscriptions. And we talk a lot here about software subscriptions. A lot of folks in our community are not big fans of software subscriptions, but a story came out this week from Bloomberg that said that Apple is looking at and considering doing a hardware subscription service specifically for iPhones, but maybe for other devices. And they're saying this could happen in 2022 or 2023, and that Apple might roll this out as part of the Apple One bundle and AppleCare bundles. And basically, the idea here would be you would pay a subscription fee every month to get access to having an iPhone or a particular iPhone model. And just knowing how many of you in our community don't feel great about subscriptions for apps, I'm curious how this concept actually sits with you. I feel like it moves us even closer to one of the things that I don't like, and that's this concept of basically leasing our devices and not really owning our devices. I mean, we already, in a way, have that a little bit right now because Apple has their financing options through Apple Card, and they also have their iPhone upgrade program through Citizens Bank. And you're basically really financing, or these are really finance programs. They're not really quote unquote subscription programs, but it's a similar concept, right? Instead of just paying cash or paying for your device, you are subsidizing it or financing it through some other method. Now, Apple's Apple Card program is 0% interest, and, the Citizen Bank thing is somewhat similar, but, folks can get themselves into trouble when they're not just paying for their devices. And so this new, yet to be determined monthly fee based on whichever iPhone model you want to pick feels interesting. I just am also concerned about it a little bit. Is the idea of just simply, hey, I'm going to pay Apple X monthly fee and they're going to allow me the use of a certain model iPhone until I want to get my next one, a really good idea or not? And in theory, Apple could eventually take this concept beyond the iPhone and apply it to other devices, maybe even your Mac. And it just starts to feel, again, to me, really like a business lease program. And I don't know. I'm trying to think of the downsides of not owning your products. But, I like the idea that I buy a Mac or I buy an iPhone and it's mine and it has resale value. I can hand it down to someone. I would assume Apple would take devices back when you're ready to upgrade and then just resell them on the secondary market themselves. And I just don't really, I guess I'd really need to see how ultimately this program works. But, the idea of a subscription is, I said it before, I guess I'll say it again, troubling to me to a certain degree. But I am really curious to know what you think about it. It's interesting because I say that, and at the same time, if you've been listening to this show, that for Apple Car, I feel like Apple is going to do car as a service where we don't own the car. We actually just kind of rent time in it, or, pre-lease time in it, however that might be. And I do like that concept because I feel like so many of us, at least with our vehicles, have it sitting in the driveway all the time. Like, I don't use my car as much as it needs to be used to kind of get the value out of it. That's a large purchase, and a lot of times it's just sitting there idle. And, if I could be paying less and not paying insurance and registration fees and maintenance and all that sort of stuff, that actually saves me a lot of money. And if I just had use of a vehicle when and where I needed it, that's all I really need. I don't need it sitting in the driveway when I'm not using it, just sort of eating up money. But my iPhone is something that's on me. I'm using it all the time. Same thing with my Mac or my iPad, those sorts of things. So it does feel a little bit different in my mind from that perspective. But I think I'm going to have to think on this a lot harder before I actually make a decision. And that's one of the reasons why I'm happy we have this community, because I can throw it out to you and get your thoughts and opinions as well. And you can help me probably form an opinion on this, I think. So please send your emails and audio comments to maccast@gmail.com.